Dear students, today we will learn about importance and scope of business statistics. But before that, we will come to know about the topics that we are going to discuss today. Before we go into the subject matter of importance and scope of business statistics, let us first have a look at the derivation and the meaning of statistics, of the word statistics, and various definitions of statistics we will examine. In Indian history of statistics, we will have a look at Indian history of statistics and the importance of statistics, scope of statistics, limitations, as well as distrust of statistics. In a single heading, we will discuss, and we will come to know about the various statistical agencies that are working in India. So these topics we will discuss in this lesson. The word statistics has been derived from the various words like Latin word status, Italian word statista, German word statistic, French word statistic. As you all know, the language of English has acquired words from various other languages. Similarly, the word statistics has been derived from Latin, Italian, German, and French words. As stated earlier, Latin word status, Italian word statista, German word statistic, French word also statistic. These words have contributed to the word of statistics in English. So basically, fundamentally, all these words mean political states, or in other words, statements are. This one can understand that statistics has a deep relation with the state. In ancient times, statistics is considered as science of kings or science of statecraft and is associated with collection of data concerning population, number of deaths and births, area under land cultivation, number of crimes, military strength, and allied tasks. So in ancient times, statistics is used in the areas of gathering data relating to population, land surveys, crime rate, and in wartime, how to face enemies in a war. All these cases, statistics has been of much help. Now we will come to know about the various definitions of statistics. Statistics can be defined as the collection, presentation, and interpretation of numerical data. This definition was given by Croxton and Krausen. Statistics are numerical statement of facts in any department of inquiry placed interrelation to each other. This definition was given by Bowley. Statistics are measurements, enumerations, or estimates of natural or social phenomena systematically arranged to exhibit their inner relation. That was defined by Connor. By statistics, we mean quantitative data affected to a marked extent by a multiplicity of causes. That was given by Yule and Kendall. The science of statistics is essentially a branch of applied mathematics and can be regarded as a mathematics applied to observation data. That definition was given by R.A. Fisher. So we have seen the derivation of the word statistics, the meaning of the word statistics, definitions, various definitions of the word statistics. Now we will have a look at the history of statistics in Indian context. In India, an efficient system of collecting official and administrative statistics existed even more than 2000 years ago. In particular, during the reign of Chandragupta Maurya, that was during 3000, 324 to 300 BC. From Kautilya's Ardhashastra, it is known that even before 300 BC, a very good system of collecting vital statistics and the registration of births and deaths was in vogue in India. During Akbar's reign, Raja Todarmal, the then land and revenue minister, maintained good records of land and agricultural statistics. In Aina-e-Akbari, written by Abul Fazl, detailed accounts of administrative and statistical surveys conducted during Akbar's reign was given. So with those few sentences, with those few words, we can understand that the subject of statistics is not new. Application of statistics is not new in India. It dates back to almost 2500 years. Planning is the order of the day, and without statistics, planning is inconceivable. This definition was given by Tippett. Without planning, we cannot achieve our goals. So planning without statistics is unimaginable. You cannot imagine planning without the help of statistics. That speaks volumes of the importance of statistics. The saying of the Tippett rightly marked that the statistics and the planning are indispensable. Now we will examine the importance of statistics. We will have a look at the importance of statistics. Statistics is very helpful in planning. Right from a household planning to international planning, statistics is of much help. It is indispensable, as stated earlier. Every household has to have a certain plan regarding their financial resources, regarding their family welfare. For that, data has to be collected, data has to be analyzed, data has to be summarized, data has to be arranged in such a way that decision can be taken. And that is possible with the help of statistics. In business, Statistics are of great use to businessmen. A businessman can estimate demand for his products in different parts of the year correctly with the help of statistics and thus earn profit. Not only that, not only in demand estimation, he can plan his supplies properly. He can plan his investment. He can plan his resources, human resources properly with the help of statistics. In investments, not only in individual investments, but also business organizations investments, or government's investments, or private entities investments, statistics is going to be of much help. They can plan their financial resources in an optimum way with the help of statistics. In administration, statistics will be of immense help. Not only in government administration, but also in private organization administration or local bodies administration affairs. Statistics is going to be much help. In business management, statistical analysis is going to be much help for supervision or for establishing better relationships among the human resources in the organization. Statistics is indispensable. In research activities, nowadays, every decision is taken with the help of conducting research by various organizations in research and development or in any other important issues. Proper research is conducted before taking an action. And in conducting research, statistics is going to be of much help. In psychology and education, nowadays, due to stress and strain, students are facing a lot of psychological problems. So, in reducing psychological problems of the students, the subject of statistics is going to be much help. And the government uses statistical data derived, that may be census, that may be financial data, that may be other non-financial data for the betterment of the people, for the smooth functioning of the administration. Government uses statistics in a big way. As explained in the history of statistics, the development of the subject of statistics, during wartime or prior to wartime, the subject of statistics is going to be of much help to the administrative machinery, especially in the world history of the evolution of statistics. We have learned that male citizen population was recorded so as to take appropriate decisions. That data was required. So the subject of statistics is of much help during wartime. In mathematics, various derivations will be of much help. And for all those probabilities and possibilities in mathematics, statistical investigation is required. In industry, whether in a production, whether in supply, whether in demand, the subject of statistics is of much help. In quality control measures are based on statistical information provided by the concerned department. So with the help of the information supplied by the quality control department, various quality control measures will be taken. So the subject of statistics helps in quality control. In education, statistics is of much help. As stated earlier, to solve the psychological problems of students, statistics is of much help. To calculate various percentages, it may be pass percentage or fail percentage, or establish rankings to facilitate comparison among the students, or to compare whether a student is progressing or regressing. The subject of statistics is much help. In statistics and commerce, in production management, in taking decisions relating to production, statistics will be of much help. In demand forecasting, various estimating techniques are there which depend on statistical information. Financial analysis, from where to borrow money, how to invest, how to declare dividend, when to declare dividend, when, where, how, why, what, all these questions will find answers in statistics. Coming to costing, costing helps the management in coming to know about how much cost is involved in the production of different units in the organization. So with the help of the subject of statistics, the management will come to know about the cost per unit. And with the help of this data, price can be fixed. In marketing, much research has to be conducted for proper sales and proper revenue generation. And with the help of statistics, marketing personnel will conduct surveys and will deliver reports to the concerned authorities based on which appropriate decisions can be taken for the betterment of the organization. Manpower planning. Manpower is indispensable in any organization. Human resources are of huge value to any organization. So in planning, recruiting, in providing training, and taking appropriate decisions regarding manpower, statistics cannot be done away with. In market research, in conducting various research activities in the concerned market, the subject of statistics is of high importance. The statistics and the banking. In fixing rates of interest on various kinds of deposits, that is savings deposit, current deposit, fixed deposit, recurring deposit, or on fixing interest rates on overdraft, or on credit balance of a current account. How to fix interest will be decided by a banker with the help of statistics. Similarly, advancing of loans depends on the information gathered by a banker about the customer. So his payment history, his savings history, his investment history will be searched by the concerned banker before sanctioning loan, before advancing loan, so making recoveries. Similarly, when loan is sanctioned to an individual, if he is unable to pay, if it turns into a bad debt, how to recover that amount? With the help of statistics, banking authorities can take decisions and which will be appropriate to the situation. Establishment of new branches and closing of existing branches or merging of branches or mergers of banks themselves, all these decisions can be taken with the help of the subject of statistics. Statistics and social science. In history, as we have seen in ancient times, states used to gather data about population, deaths, births, and the number of males to females ratio, and financial information, land information, and all was possible because of statistics. In sociology, how societies have evolved over a period of time, you can understand in a better way with the help of statistics. And in education, in comparing the performance of males with females with one country's population's education standards with that of another country's population's education standards, you can compare with the help of the data provided by statistics. And in the subject of psychology also, statistics is of immense help, without which the subject of psychology cannot function as it is functioning now. In statistics and physical sciences, geography, geology, astronomy, physics, etc., depend heavily on statistics. Descriptive statistics is used to present the complex phenomena concerning these branches of study in a numerical form in a very simple way. The methods of statistics are applied to analyze the data and to find conclusive evidences, conclusions regarding various issues, regarding various topics in statistics and natural sciences. Natural sciences, as you all know, are biology, zoology, medicine, meteorology. So statistics is helpful as the experiments conducted in this field are based upon the data collected with the help of descriptive statistics. Statistics is used both for analyzing data and drawing, defining conclusions about various aspects of natural sciences. That is, as stated here, biology, zoology, medicine, meteorology, etc. Statistics and econometrics. Econometrics is one of the most recent fields of study concerning economics. It combines the methods and techniques of statistics and mathematics to build models for the analysis of economic problems and then provides undisputable solution to all those problems. For example, in economics, various techniques are there, various methods are there, various laws are there. With the help of mathematics, with the help of statistics, various laws can be proved. New laws can be established. In econometrics, linear regression models are formulated to analyze the effects of various determinants of demand on demand for a product. So like this, in the subject of econometrics also, statistics has a huge role to play. Statistics and economics. Scope of statistics include the area of economics also. The statistical data and methods of statistics are used for understanding economic theories, economic problems, economic policy formulation, economic planning, budgeting, that is allocation of financial resources among various sectors in an economy, national income accounting, foreign trade, not only that, business cycles, employment, all these aspects will take the help of statistics. With the help of statistics, we can plan properly. Policies can be framed based on the data provided by statistics. Economic problems can be solved, can be understood in a better way if statistical data is there. Economic theories can be formulated, can be understood with the help of statistics. National income, employment or unemployment, business cycles, cyclical fluctuations in economy, foreign trade relations can be understood in a better way with the help of the subject of statistics. Now we will come to know about scope of statistics. It covers various aspects as discussed earlier: marketing, production, finance, banking, investment, purchase, accounting, control. All these are the subject matter of statistics. Marketing decisions, production decisions, finance decisions, banking decisions, investment decisions, purchase decisions, accounting decisions, controlling the affairs of the organization, controlling the affairs of the administration. All these will be dealt with by the subject of statistics. So now we will examine what is the limitation of this subject, and at the same point of time, we will come to know about the distrust of statistics. An ounce of truth will produce tons of statistics. So just a small amount of truth will lead to a huge data of statistics. Statistics can prove anything and everything can be proved with the help of statistics. Figures do not lie, liars figure. If figures say, so it can't be otherwise, because people believe on figures. If figures say, it can't be otherwise, disproving them is going to be very difficult. There are three types of lies: lies, damn lies, and statistics, written in the order of their naming and so on. Figures are innocent, easily believable, and more convincing. The facts supported by figures are psychologically more appealing. So figures are innocent. Anybody can believe them. They will be more convincing. But the facts supported by these figures are going to be psychologically more appealing than mere figures. As you can see, three types of lies are there: lies, damn lies, and statistics. Because as stated earlier, statistics can prove anything and everything can be proved with the help of statistics. Even a person can lie with the help of statistics. Let me tell you one example. A son came running to his mother and he told that he stood first in the class in a running competition. The mother felt very happy. And now, please understand, if in the running competition he was the sole participant because the remaining students could not participate due to inexplicable reasons. Did he lie or did he tell truth? Is left to you. The statistics can prove anything. Everything can be proved with the help of statistics. It does not deal with individual measurements. Statistics deals only with the aggregates rather than individual items. And individual items like height of a student is not called statistics. In statistical methods, we deal with aggregates and not with a single figure. When we say the average height of a class is so and so, it refers to the aggregate of individuals, but not related to particular individual. It deals with only quantitative aspects. The qualitative aspects are ignored. The statistical methods cannot study the nature of a phenomenon which cannot be expressed in quantitative form. The phenomenon which cannot be expressed qualitatively cannot be the part of the study of statistics. There is no doubt that the data which cannot be quantitatively expressed needs conversion of qualitative data into quantitative data. Thus, experiments are being conducted to measure the reactions of human mind statistically. Presently, you have to understand that there is no field where statistics does not apply. Statistical results are true only on an average. As stated earlier, statistics does not deal with individuals. So, they are true only on an average. We know that statistics is not an accurate science as other sciences. Similarly, the statistical methods are not very precise and correct. In the same fashion, the laws of statistics are not universal like the laws of physics, chemistry, or astronomy. It is only one of the methods of studying a problem. There are several methods. It does not depict the entire story of a phenomenon. It is liable to be misused. Laws are not exact. They are based on the probability. So these results will not always be as good as of scientific laws. On the basis of probability or interpolation, we can only estimate the production of paddy in a year, but cannot make a claim that it would be exactly 100%. Here, they are only approximations are made. Results are true only on an average. The results are interpolated, for which time series or regression or probability can be used. These are not absolutely true. If average of two sections of students in statistics is same, it does not mean that all the 50 students in section A have got same marks as in B. There may be much variation between them, but statistics will not tell everything. It will consume certain things. Statistical results are not always beyond doubt. Statistics deals with measurable aspects of things and therefore can seldom give the complete solution to problems. They provide a basis for judgment, but not the whole judgment. That was told by Professor L.R. Khan. Although we use many laws and formulae in statistics, but still the results achieved are not final and conclusive. As they are unable to give complete solution to a problem, the result must be taken and used with much wisdom. Statistics largely deals with the averages, and these averages may be made up of individual items radically different from each other. That was told by W.L. King. One of the shortcomings of statistics is that they do not bear on their face the label of their quality. Too many methods to study problems. The main drawback of statistics is in this subject, we use so many methods to find a single result. Variations can be found by quartile deviation, mean deviation, or standard deviation, and the results vary in each case. Similarly, you take the case of central tendency measures of central tendency. Mean will give one answer, mode will give one answer, median will give one answer. Too many methods are there to study problems. On which one to depend? It depends on the situation or personal bias of the individual concerned. Statistical agencies. We will examine various agencies. We will have a peripheral look at all those statistical agencies which are functioning in India. The responsibility of collecting, processing, tabulating, and their dissemination lies with these statistical agencies. Central Statistical Organization, that is in other words, CSO, Central Statistical Organization. This is a department of statistics which works under Ministry of Planning and Program Implementation. This is situated in New Delhi. NSSO, National Sample Survey Organization, Department of Statistics, Ministry of Planning and Program Implementation, New Delhi. Registrar General of India, that is Ministry of Home Affairs, New Delhi. Directorate General of Commercial Intelligence and Statistics. This functions under Ministry of Commerce. This DGCIS is situated in Kolkata. Directorate of Economics and Statistics. This functions under Department of Agriculture and Cooperation, Ministry of Agriculture, New Delhi. Labor Bureau. This functions under Ministry of Labor. This is situated in Shimla and Chandigarh. Department of Economic Analysis and Policy, Reserve Bank of India, Mumbai. Office of the Economic Advisor, Department of Industrial Development. This is situated in New Delhi. Directorate General of Employment and Training. As stated earlier, how many employed are there, how many unemployed are there, what are the schemes to provide employment facilities. For all those decisions, statistics is going to be of much help. So there is a Directorate General of Employment and Training. This functions under Ministry of Labor. This is situated in New Delhi. Ministry of Food Processing Industries. This is also situated in New Delhi. Agriculture, related processed foods and Export Development Authority is there, that is known as Agricultural and Processed Food Products Export Development Authority, that is APEDA, APED. This is situated in New Delhi. National Dairy Development Board, NDDB. This is situated in Anand, Gujarat. These are some of the agencies, to name a few. So apart from these, each government of India ministry has either a full-fledged statistical division or section. So public sector organizations have their own arrangements for collection and maintenance of statistics. In states and union territories, there are state statistical bureaus, SSBs, to provide information to the government authorities to take appropriate decisions. So on the whole, statistical system in India is a decentralized one. The responsibility of collection and dissemination of statistics is divided between the union and state governments. Statistics is also collected by other bodies such as All India Statistical Operations, such as Census of India, Annual Survey of Industries, ASI, National Sample Survey, NSS, etc. So these many bodies are there in India to provide, to disseminate information about various issues relating to administration, which are of prime importance in nation building. So many agencies, so many statistical agencies are working at the central level, at the state level, and at union territory level for the benefit of the people at large. These agencies, statistical agencies, collect data, classify data, analyze data, summarize data, report data to the concerned authorities for taking appropriate action in various issues so that our country develops in a big way. Now, what we have seen, what we have learned in this lesson, we will have a recap, we will have a relook. We have seen the word statistics derivation and its meaning, how it has evolved, what are the various languages like Latin, Italian, how the word is derived and what is the meaning of the word statistics. We have seen that definition of statistics from various statisticians, from various famous statisticians' point of view. The word statistics has been defined. Indian history of statistics has been studied. We had a peripheral look at Indian history of statistics and importance of statistics to various sectors. We have studied the importance of statistics. We have understood the scope of statistics. What are the various limitations of the subject of statistics? What is the distrust among public at large on the subject of statistics? We have studied, and particularly with reference to our country, India, we had a look at various statistical agencies which are contributing to the development of the country by gathering information and providing various information to various government agencies or departments. So this is what we have studied in this lesson. So thank you, dear students.